So the Wurkkos TS28 light is exactly what you've been looking for. It has 5 different modes and it is a massive flashlight that is just really small, and yet it is big when it comes to performance. So when it comes to size, it's small. When it comes to performance, it's massive. And when it comes to the build quality, it's built like a tank. You can kind of feel the whole nudges. The whole thing is like a solid piece of steel. So you're not getting anything cheap in this light. Now, this is the TS28. That is the name of it, and it's the Wurkkos. I think that's how you pronounce it. I could be wrong. And it has a beefed up face right over here, which gives you, well, you could say this is a tactical flashlight because it has this thing here that if you hit somebody, it kind of hurts. I'm not sure if this is built for that exact purpose, but of course, this is another thing that there is a little bit of nudge right at the top here, and it keeps it away. In case you hit something, it's not gonna directly break the glass, or more of if it just falls down on the floor, it hits the metal instead of hitting the glass, which is a good thing altogether. And it has an ability for you to go ahead and slap this right on your jeans, or if you're somebody who loses stuff, they do have a code for you to use. USB-C friendly right on the side, the charger right here. The light itself turns on by pressing this button, and it immediately goes to whatever level you set it on, and it stays this way as well. And you can go from the lightest mode to much more stronger, including the turbo mode, which is 5 modes all combined. And it is extremely bright as well. Talking about brightness, we turn this on. As you can see, this is extremely bright. It starts off with the low mode over here, and you can go ahead and cycle through the higher, highest, and every single one in between too. If you go ahead and triple tap this, you get into the strobe mode, which is absolutely blinding. But altogether, if you're looking for something that's going to be pretty strong and a great light for you to go ahead and use, this is definitely something for you to consider. The light itself is pretty powerful. There is so many different levels altogether, and it's a great light for you to actually use, especially if you're looking for something that's going to be, woohoo, this is hot, yeah, I like it. But you can feel the heat as you're pressing on here. It is definitely not one of those lights that you should take for granted. Awesome light, lots of different features in such a small flashlight, and I do think that if you're looking for something that is just out of this world with a lot of power, budget, yet very, very awesome flashlight, this is the one for you to consider. It is not something to go ahead and think, oh, it's a child's toy. It's nothing like it. This is the ultimate flashlight for you to get. The TS28 is not going to disappoint. So many different factors, and above all, it is just amazing how much this flashlight can actually do in such a small kind of size. Not too big, not too small. Now let's open this up and I'll show you what makes this flashlight so amazing. It is this battery right here, and the battery itself is pretty good as well. So this is a 500 mAh for all of you geeks who are watching this show. It is 3.6 volt of power. It's pretty mighty when it comes to flashlight power. And not only that, the bottom right here features magnetic, which is good because sometimes what you need is a magnet, and you never know when you need one of those to go ahead and just put it. If you're using it to fix your vehicle or doing something else, you need a magnetic backing to this. So it has that as well. So up and close, you can see how this flashlight actually looks like, and it is just a beast. You can see how beautiful it is when it comes to the form factor. Not only that, it doesn't have any hot spots as you go ahead and hold this, which is a good thing. And not to mention, right here you can see the grooves. The grooves are awesome because as you hold this, it gives you a very good ability to grip this. No longer you can easily just slip as you're holding this around. The beefed up face looks just amazing as well. I like how it is totally beefed up over here. The button right on the side makes it easy on and off operation. And there is no other buttons over here, so it simplifies everything. You just know that you're going to be pressing on this and it's going to turn on. Or it's going to turn off. There is nothing else sophisticated about this when it comes to that. Easy operation with one button for you to control every single aspect of this flashlight. It's windy, it's cold. This is the window up here, and I'm showing you how well this light actually works, how far it actually goes, and it's like a torchlight in some ways. Now if you go ahead and press on it, the button, you can see how it lights up as you press on the button itself. It just flashes so you know where the button actually is. This is the lowest light level right here. Double tap it, it goes much higher, and then triple tap it, you have the strobe light. And here is the regular light here. Double tap, you turn it on. I'm going to show you how good this thing is. It lights up pretty good when it comes to that. And if you change it to the low light, it's like a small spotlight over here. And here is the big light, and that is a huge amount of light that this shines. So this is good for when you're walking around, see your way in the dark. Gives you a lot of things to see here. And then if you want to go the low level, you can do so as well. But it gives you the possibilities of going through the biggest one, the lowest one, and then different kind of variations in between as well. Let me show you the different variations here. And let's see this all the way in the tree. And in the far distance, it's so interesting because you can see how good this is, especially when it's a tree right there. You kind of tell how it lights it up like a Christmas tree. Makes it great for the holidays. This is decoration. And the lowest level is kind of like when you need something but you don't want anybody to know you're walking around, like a camp light or something like that. I would use that. Then something bigger for the path. You keep walking. Of course, if you want to go right into the tree, should we do this? Should we go in? Should we see what actually happened here at night? Definitely check things around with the lights. Just keep walking on the path in the middle of nowhere, and until you get lost somewhere. Now take a look at this here. This is how well the spotlight actually works with this feature. And you can see how much of a distance this thing actually covers, all combined. And it's actually pretty good. It can even go all the way to the crowd. So this one is pretty powerful as a light, really powerful. Let's go ahead and explore some dark places. Going inside right here. Now this is one of the modes right here, and we are turning this off to show you how it looks like when everything is off. Back on. Now if you keep on pressing on it, it gives you the different modes all combined. So we go through every single one of them to show you how this light actually functions. And as you stop it, you end up picking one of the modes and you just keep at this light. If you're doing the hardest mode, which is this one, it's pretty bright. But you cannot expand the circle. It gives you the options over here. This is the lowest level, and it's good for you to just look at things. Sometimes that's what you need, and sometimes you don't want anything that's too bright, and yet you just want to see small things all combined, and you don't want too much focus. So for example, over here we're just looking all around with this light, and we don't want to give too much attention to everything, and this one is much harder. So all the different modes, you can see how I cycle through them. And the great thing about this is also, as you go through this, it does have this light just turns on the side, and we also have the strobe mode too. If you put the strobe mode, you can see right away where this thing actually went on. So every time you press on it, you see right here where the light switch is activated. So it gives you some kind of a way for you to find it, especially in the dark. So really good light, and I do like the different modes that are available with this light.